time to shine. Cameras, crowns, and chaos combine. Unscripted, authentic, and full of cheer. This is our podcast, so lend us your ear.
Hello, and welcome to Cameras, Crowns, and Chaos. That's right, cameras, crowns, and chaos. Three things that I know very well. So I'm Lindsay King. I'm your host. This is my very first podcast ever and my very first episode of my podcast. So this is going to be a really short one. This is really just to introduce myself and talk to you a little bit about why I'm here and what it's going to be all about. So if you know me in real life, actually probably the only person that's watching this right now that knows me in real life is my mom. So shout out to my mom. But if you know me in real life and you're watching this, you're probably like, oh my gosh, she's doing something else. She has another hobby. Well, yeah, I do, but here's the thing. Podcasting is something that I have wanted to do for a really long time, and I'm not afraid of anything. Like, I've taken on a lot of different challenges. I've tried a lot of different hobbies. I get really, really into stuff, and I like to really try to perfect it, and I'm never afraid to try something new. But for some reason, when I thought about podcasting about 4 or 5 years ago, which at that time I was really just thinking about making a YouTube channel, I had so much overwhelming fear. There were different levels of fear. Like, one, am I going to do it wrong? Two, is anyone going to listen? And three, when I was looking into it and I was kind of trying to learn about it, one thing that I kept saying was, you have to find a niche. You have to find a niche. You have to just talk about one thing all the time. Well, I can't talk about one thing all the time. That's just not how my brain works. So every time I thought about this over the last 4 or 5 years, I just kind of like shelf it and put it to the side. And then that fear in me also says, who's going to listen to it anyways? Like, literally, you're the only one that wants to hear you speak. So who's actually going to listen to this? So finally, I really started thinking about it, and I thought about why I want to do a podcast. I want to do this, honestly, for me. It's not for anybody else, but I really hope that other people enjoy it. I hope that other people get something out of it. But this is something that I just want to do that I think would be a really fun thing, something to try. Maybe I'll do it for 3 months, maybe I'll do it for 6 months, or maybe I'll do it indefinitely. I guess we're just going to see how it goes. But the reason that I picked cameras, crowns, and chaos is because those are 3 categories that I feel like I can talk about all the time without any prompts, without any scripts, because this will be completely unscripted, all natural. I'm going to be honest, it will probably be about as polished as a turd in the toilet, okay? That's the truth. So cameras, that's photography. I've been a professional photographer for 17 years. I've been shooting those since I was about 10. Pageantry, I've been involved in pageantry since I was 8. I'm 43 now. Do the math. It's a really, really long time. And when it comes to pageantry, I have been involved on every aspect. I've been a competitor. I've been a volunteer in the Miss America organization. I have been a host. I have been a volunteer. I think I already said volunteer, right? I've been a director. I've been a pageant coach. I've been a voice coach. I've been a modeling coach. I've been an interview coach. I've done all the things. I know pageantry. I love pageantry. And I am here for all things glam and pageant. I mean, don't judge me, but I am. So the third thing is chaos. Chaos to me is everyday life. I know that most people, when they think of chaos, they think of just too much and it's too wild, and chaos is a negative thing. But the truth is, when I look back on my life, I feel like some of the most chaotic times were the best times. Chaos to me just means the day-to-day, the in and out, the, up early and to bed late, and all the beautiful moments in between. So the chaos portion of this channel is going to cover a whole lot of different things in terms of life experience. We're going to talk about natural healing. We're going to talk about current events. We're going to talk about pop culture. We're going to talk about anything and everything that, I don't know, inspires us. So if you have anything that you'd like to hear about in that particular segment, don't hesitate to let me know. I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts. Each podcast episode is going to have 3 segments. Unless for some reason 1 week I feel like one of the segments just needs way more time than the others. Because one thing is, I love listening to podcasts, but I'm not doing a 2-hour podcast. Like, I mean, as a listener, I don't want to listen to somebody speak for 2 hours. Even if I did want to, I don't have the attention span to do that, and I don't always have the time to be uninterrupted for 2 hours. So I do want to try to keep these pretty short, maybe like 30 or 40 minutes. So each topic is going to go pretty quick. That said, I will also be bringing on guests as often as possible. So if you would like to be on my podcast, if you have any ideas or anything that you think that you can contribute and you'd like your voice to be heard, please reach out to me. I would absolutely love to hear from you. So segment 1 of each podcast will be cameras, that's photography. Segment 2 will be pageants, which is crowns. And segment 3 will be chaos, which I said is just basic life events, all things, under the sun. So thank you so much for watching the first episode. I know it was short, sweet, and to the point, super crazy, a little bit jumbled. Like I said, I'm not scripted, so everything is going to kind of come out just as is, raw, unfiltered, and I'm going to try my best not to say any bad words. Like, subscribe, share. I think that those are all the things that I'm supposed to tell you to do. Or you know what? Don't. It's fine. My mom and I will listen to this. Anyways, thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you again in episode 2. Bye.
Stories untold we bring to life, laughs and moments your heart's delight.